Kia ora, welcome back to Hiking with Tim. I'm here heading up into the Craigieburn Ranges in Arthur's Pass, near Arthur's Pass, sorry. And I'm on a solo mission this time. So we're going to have some, hopefully, splendid mountain views, potentially some mountain summits if we're lucky, and should be a good outdoor getaway from Christchurch while the gang's all busy at the Hosier concert. So I'm looking forward to getting out here in the mountains, so stay tuned for some epic scenery. Well, we've just climbed from the village down there and up on the ridge here. We're heading up into those clouds. It'd be awesome if I could get an inversion layer today. So yeah, here we are. It's been less than a week since my last video, since we went tramping, which was Saturday last week. It's now Friday, the following week. And like I said, the others are all going to Hosier tonight. And I'm not a Hosier fan, but when everyone that you know is going, the energy's there and you get a bit of FOMO for not going. So I thought rather than sit around and feel a bit sorry for myself, since I felt really good on that hill climb last week, why don't we go challenge ourselves to climb a mountain that I've wanted to do for years now. Plus it would be my first 2,000 meter peak. So looking forward to it. Got lots of food and snacks. Heaps of daylight. It's just past 7 a.m. Got over 12 hours of daylight. Hopefully I'm not out here for 12 hours. That would not be much fun. So see you along the way. Here I am, sort of right as that cloud's lifting. Whew. Climb's well and truly begun, and blue sky already appearing. Picked a good weather window, don't you worry, mother. First break. Making good time, I think. I've never done this walk. Just sort of sat behind this nasty steep section, so I thought I'd have a bite to eat and just enjoy the sun now that that's come out. Done just under 4k. I think it's about just under 7 to the summit, so still a way to go and consider all the climbing we've got. It's probably a good chunk left, but enjoying it. Not a breath of wind at the moment, just views everywhere. So we got the false summit there, because I know that there's quite a few false summits, and then the real summit there. Oh, look at the beautiful pink striations in the rock. Whew. Absolute perler. So I actually considered doing Castle Hill Peak because I haven't done that one before, but luckily I didn't, because it did get a big dumping of snow. Not big, but it got a dumping of snow yesterday, so luckily that Cloudsley range acted as a barrier between the Craigieburn, so there's no snow here, and probably more snow up there near the summit than I would want to do by myself. So very happy with which mountain I picked. Plus, today, summiting will be my first ever 2,000 meter peak. I think Cloudsley's 2,100 meters. And then if we do Mount Enys, that's 2,200 meters. So, taking off some big mountains today. Woohoo! Summit, false summit, and then Mount Enys, which looks a lot further than I thought, so we'll make a decision at the summit. But I'm still definitely going to come down this ridge, and then that'll be a steep descent down there, and then out along that ridge with big drops that way, but it's nice and gentle that way, so I'll stick to the right side. Onto Leith Hill, over down to the sinkhole and back down to the car park, which is down there. Here we are. There's the real summit. Final push, another few hundred meters up. We're standing 2100 meters. Oh. Summit, baby! Woo! That's the Cloudsley summit. In 2 hours 44 minutes with all the breaks. Holy. It's not a very technical climb, but it doesn't matter because you're still gaining probably like I think 1500 meters of elevation. Just gonna find somewhere dry to sit down with some snow. Ah, crikey. It's only 10 o'clock, so got some decisions to make. There's Mount Enys over there. Oh god, it looks quite far. Plus I have to go up another hill and then drop down and then another ridge. Not sure I want to do that. For now I'm just going to enjoy the summit. Look how much cloud is over Christchurch. They probably think it's a horrible day up here. So I'm making my way along the Craigieburn Range now, on the tops at 2,000 meters. And we're going to give Enys a go. That's it there. And I feel good now that I've had a break on top of Cloudsley and I'm on some flatter terrain. And I know that things in the mountains often look impossible, and then if you just put one foot in front of the other, before you know it, you've covered some good distance. So I'm feeling good. I may as well keep going for a bit. If I get to another rise and I'm like, oh, not feeling it, I'll turn around. But for now, that's the plan. And it's still too early to have lunch, so yeah, just done over 7k at the moment. It'll be a big day out regardless what happens, but absolutely stoked with these views. Look at that. I believe that's Mount Olympus ski field in there, on the other side of the Craigieburn Range. And there we are. Looking back, that's the summit of Cloudsley, so that's where I've come from. So on the way back I need to go up there and then come down this ridge. I think we're going alright. It's pretty cold up here though. On the final approach to the summit, Mount Enys. You know, I read before I came that at sea level you have about 20% excess, 20% oxygen in the air. Can't remember if that's per, I don't know, my brain is not with me. But up here in 7,000 feet, 2,200 meters, there's only about 16% oxygen in the air. And I don't know if that's enough to make a difference, but placebo-wise, definitely, I feel like it's a lot harder to get as much air in when you breathe. But, oh my God, I see the summit. Oh, so stoked. Did not think I was going to do the second one. So Cloudsley's that one at the back there. So that's how far I had to walk to get to this one. And I've got to go all the way back. So we're only halfway. Soaking wet because I've got all the pickles in it. Pastrami pickle, avocado sandwich. Oh. Mmm. Superb. A wise man once said that most accidents on mountain expeditions happen on the descent. And so you should always take extra careful. And in spirit of that, I'm now jogging the descent so we can get down as fast as possible. Because the less time you're on the mountain, the less time there is for something to go wrong. So no dilly-dallying. We're getting down this beast ASAP. Just dropping under the true summit of Cloudsley again. But I don't want to climb it right to the summit. I want to get back on one of the ridges. So I can just circle around below it and then onto the main summit ridge. Looking back up the ridge we climbed this morning. It's a steep son of a bitch. I wonder I was feeling it by around that point down the river. I was like, oh god. Oh, I'm feeling it now though. Still a long way to descend. I'm only just below the true summit there again of Cloudsley. There's an Enys. Big bastard. Ugh. Just scree ran down this bloody steep hill. It doesn't show up on camera. Hey, looking down Leith Hill there. I'm gonna get over here and then to that saddle. Looking up at the Cloudsley summit, and we just came straight down there. Scree ran down the big face here and then it cut across to this ridge. And it's slow going. Man, the camera does not do scale justice. It's big country. It's slow going. And I did not put enough sunscreen on, which I am already regretting. So I guess I will pay the price of that tomorrow, or this evening. Just about almost on the ridge. So steep, this stuff I've been dropping on. My knees. But I've got a new plan. I'll tell you the plan when I get to the saddle. Okay, so I've come on the saddle now after coming down here, and it's a lot bigger climb up to the top of Leith Hill than I thought. I thought the ridge was more perpendicular. It's hard to gauge angles when you're climbing up this ridge on the other side. And like my legs are so done. Ugh. So here's my thinking. I've got the big climb there, which is at least probably like a 300 meter climb to the top of Leith Hill of elevation gain, longer than 300 meters like lengthwise. And I've done Leith Hill. I know how steep that son of a bitch is on the other side. So just over this lip, I could scree run down. There's a stream you can see just over there that walks out back to the car park. So I'm tempted to scree run down to that stream and then march out, because I don't think there's any random waterfalls or bluffs or anything. So that's the gamble I think I'm going to take. And I've had a look on the map and it looks fine. So, plus I'm so dehydrated, so I'm going to chug the last bit of my water I've been saving, and then this means I get to water way sooner than I would have otherwise. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So see you down in the creek. Hopefully I get down the scree all right. It's pretty steep, pretty slippery. Feels so much better for having done that. Drank my water, dunked my head in this pool. Feels so much fresher in the mind. And now I get to follow this lovely stream back out to the car. Looking forward to sitting back in the car. But wow. What a mission. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video where I'll put the relive video that sort of traces my journey along a 3D map. You can sort of see the whole thing in its entirety without all the cuts from me. See all the different paths I took, and hopefully it looks steep on the recap, because it's definitely the hardest thing I've done in a while. Well, I was wrong. It did waterfall, but luckily managed to make it work. I just climbed up into the tussock and sort of skirted around it and then came back down. So at least there was a solution, because there's no way I would have been able to go down that. Problem solving in the outdoors with hiking with Tim. Woo. We are done. 21.6 kilometers, 8 hours, 20 minutes. Car is just there. Holy moly. It's gonna be a rough drive back. This is how I stay awake while I'm driving after being exhausted.